How would you like to run Facebook ads for real estate that actually produce results? How much leverage would you gain back if you didn't have to rely on lead generation companies, on the Zillows of the world, and really anybody that's not you? In this video, I'm going to share with you how to run effective Facebook ads for real estate agents. Let's begin. Hey, it's Jaime, founder of Echo Real Estate Advisors. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Whether you're new or advanced in Facebook advertising, this video will bring you up to date on all of the Facebook changes in regards to housing ads. So be sure to stay to the end to receive the exact ad copy we are using today. All right, so we're starting off at the Ads Manager. On the left-hand side, you're going to have a campaign where you select what you're trying to accomplish. So the objective that you are trying to get to. The ad set is selecting who you want to see your ads and where you want to place those ads. So if you want them on Facebook, on Instagram, on Messenger, you get to select that there. And then at the ad level, you actually get to create your ad copy, your images, your call to action. Now, one of the biggest things that you're going to notice is the special ad category. This is new. When I say new, we're talking about changes that happened in the summer of 2019. So it is very, very fresh in people's mind. And what you're going to find is that any ads related to credit, housing, and employment will be scrutinized even heavier. So you're going to see here credit ads, employment ads, and housing ads. So if you're running ads for real estate, that will fall under the housing ads. And you may be thinking, well, what if I don't select it? Well, you're not going to have your ads be approved. And in the rare instance that you do, they're going to be pulled down rather quickly if they end up getting approved, but they won't. Then you're going to get to your marketing objectives. So I want to read it verbatim so you see exactly what they are. In the awareness side, you're going to have objectives that generate interest in your product or service. So keyword being interest. People are made aware. In the consideration objective, you're going to see objectives that get people to start thinking about your business and look for more information about it. So there's more intentionality in the ads and what you're hoping to accomplish whenever you're placing these ads in front of individuals. And then lastly, the conversions, objectives that encourage people interested in your business to purchase or use your product or service. So there's much more intentionality in this section. For our purposes today, we're going to run a traffic campaign. We've run messages campaign in the past. We've run lead generation. Really, we've run pretty much every type of campaign, but the tried and true is a traffic campaign, and I'll show you why in a few seconds. So we're going to go with traffic campaign, and the ad that we're going to run today is going to be a price drop ad. And notice I don't put anything in the middle because I like to keep the same cadence as it's being reflected on the left-hand side. So you're going to see campaign, where you're going to have, the campaign over here, the type of campaign. You're going to have the ad set. I'm not filling in the ad set here. I'm more interested in the ad that I'm running within this campaign, which will be right here. The middle portion will change. And the reason it's changing is because of the split test that I would be doing within the ad set. So as you can see, we've moved from the campaign section over to the ad set. Now I'm going to replicate, and then I'm going to put the price drop ad right there. And we're going to go to choosing where we want to drive traffic. So choose where you want to drive traffic. You'll enter more details about the destination later. Pretty standard. You can drive it to an app, to a messenger, on WhatsApp, but most common is the website, and most useful for you will be the website. Don't worry about dynamic creative or offer at this time. As far as custom audiences, this is another change that has happened. So when using a custom audience, be sure that your audience selections do not discriminate against people based on certain personal characteristics. This particular capability of advertising to custom audiences has not gone away, but I suspect in the future will be the next thing that will be nixed, the next thing that will be dropped if Facebook continues to drop the ball in certain aspects of privacy and certain things that they've been doing with their practices. So as far as things that have gone away, the lookalike audiences in the housing world, in the housing ads, credit ads, and employment ads, they're gone. So lookalike audiences, you cannot use them whenever you're advertising for housing. When it comes to targeting, there's certain interests that have gone away. There's certain demographics that have gone away. Actually, most demographics have gone away. So you can't necessarily bank on that. And when it comes to geographic location, you were in the past able to draw a circle within a 1 mile radius and advertise specifically to that audience. Now, the minimum that you can advertise to is a 15-mile radius. So for all intensive purposes, the demographics, certain interests, geographic locations, lookalike audiences, those have all changed drastically, including some of them having gone away. So all that is, well, you would have seen it throughout, but we're going to keep going. As far as the custom audience, we're going to select a small custom audience. This particular audience was one that I created based off of a lead form. So I ran another campaign where I was giving people, I think it was a new construction ad, that drawing people's attention to it, to the special deals, to the special promotions and the new construction. These individuals clicked over, but they didn't submit their form. They didn't submit their lead form. So I'm able to specify that particular audience. As you can see, it's not a large one, but that means I don't have to spend so much money. So as that other campaign just keeps going, I'll be able to retarget that with this ad. So again, it's very important now more than ever to start retargeting your ads and start using this custom audiences because you still have it available to you. Okay, we don't have to make too many more movements, but I do want to ensure that we highlight people who live in this location. Now, while I can make it even smaller and condense it to the area that I targeted this to begin with, I really don't have to because I'm more focused on the custom audience that was generated from that original campaign. So if I did my job in that previous campaign in selecting the area, the radius that I wanted, which I did, doesn't matter. So I'm going to leave that blank. Age, you can't change that. Gender, you can't change that because of the recent changes in Facebook. Languages, you can select whatever language you want. Detailed targeting, we'll read it. Some detailed targeting options, which may include demographics, behaviors, or interests, are unavailable. Excluding any detailed targeting selection is unavailable. So what does this mean for us? If you're talking about a person's demographics, their income, what they do, and all that fun stuff, you can't do that for housing. If you're looking at certain interests like likely to move, well, that was done away months ago, years ago, including. But if you were looking for more interests that were like home buying, that was something that was available in the past. Those are no longer available to you. And as far as the exclusion of detailed targeting selections, this right here, what that tells you is that you're no longer able to exclude those real estate brokers, those real estate agents. So your other agents are going to see your ad, assuming that they fit the criteria. So that is effectively what they're telling you right there. Not going to worry about connections. And I am going to worry about editing my placements. This is something that I enjoy doing. And if I was running a video, and specifically with the dimensions of Instagram, I would specifically target Instagram and remove Facebook. But for our purposes today, I'm only going to focus on Facebook newsfeed and Facebook stories. I'm not going to worry about the marketplace or Messenger or anything else at this time. So you see Facebook feed and then Facebook stories. As you can see it in the past, you were able to do Facebook, Instagram, and they categorized them that way, but now it's more of where they're going to be shown. So if it's going to be shown in a news feed or the Instagram feed, you have the options together versus separating them based off of platform. All right, we're going to keep going. No worries there. There's just saying, hey, you're going to be reaching less people. Your daily budget, wherever you want to start, wherever you can start, I suggest is where you start. I mean, certainly don't go into bankruptcy trying to run these ads, which, I mean, ultimately you wouldn't be in bankruptcy because you would be getting leads if you know what you're doing. But for our purposes, we are going to leave it at $20 to get to the right answer sooner rather than later. And what I mean by that is, if you have a smaller budget with the intention of testing something, well, you're spending less today and spending a little bit more tomorrow and a little bit more tomorrow, but time is very important to me. So I would much rather, whatever I'm allocating, let's just say I have $100 for this project, I would much rather spend $20 to $50 today, even $100 today, and get to the answer versus having to wait for an entire week, 2 weeks, or a month to get to that same result. So it's up to you. It's a mindset. I feel it's more of a mindset thing, but you know your budget more than I do. And then ad set may get 0 link clicks. You're going to get this. Facebook is not going to be very, it's not going to be correct 100% of the times, but you will get this every time you select something with a smaller audience. I would say don't worry about it, because while I've gotten this same message many times at this point, I'm getting leads regardless. So just giving you a heads up on that. And then while I did bad practice over here, let's correct it just to make sure that I do. Here, I'm going to select crawl lead form 90 days. All right, so going back to the naming convention, this is what works for me. It doesn't have to work for you, or you don't need to do it. Just giving you some perspective. Traffic is the type of campaign that I'm running. So over here, the ad set that I'm targeting with this particular ad and ad set is Crow, which is a city, lead form 90 days. Here, well, Crow's not a city, Crowley is. And then price drop, the type of ad that I'm running. So I'm keeping that same name convention. So whenever I'm running my reports and looking only at the ads, I know the type of campaign that I ran, the ad set that I'm running it to, and ultimately the type of ad, the type of message that I'm conveying within that ad. So it makes my morning so much quicker instead of going through tens of ads, or sometimes hundreds of ads, depending on how many I'm testing, or however many campaigns I'm running. It just makes it so much quicker. All right, now that I corrected that, we're gonna do this. Crow lead form 90 days, and then we're gonna put, what did I put? Special pricing or price drop. Okay. Then you select the Facebook page. So if you manage multiple pages, you would select them over here. I'm going to go to mine just for fun. And I am just going to use an image. For our purposes today, let's see, what ad are we running? I have the ad copy over here. We're going to go to free stock images, and we're going to go to house. For this particular ad, which you'll see here in a few seconds, you would select your house, or not the house that you're advertising, because it makes sense based off of what you're advertising. So I just selected a random home here. And the ad copy that we're going to use, if you're interested in this particular ad copy, feel free to shoot me an email. And it should be, my email should be flashing across the screen here. Also, it is in the description down below. It did 80 leads for about $2 and something cents. So I'll make sure that you're able to see that. This ad was geared more towards those investors. So I had a property in a very up and coming area, so a revitalizing area, which is Bishop Arts down here in Dallas. So I had that property. It wasn't going to be a conventional type of a loan or an FHA type of a loan. It was more of a cash type of a deal, and it was very successful. A lot of people came out of the woodworks with intention of buying it. Ultimately, I did sell it quickly, but also got a lot of buyers out of it. So it was a good run. All right, so if you're interested in this, let me know. I'll send me an email and I'll give you the exact ad copy. All right, headline. What we put was price drop. Will be gone soon. And what I'm doing here, you're going to find the price drop over here, and you're going to find will be gone soon message right there. And then the display URL, you're going to put whatever URL or website you're pointing them to, landing page that you're driving them to. I would suggest that you use a landing page or something that is very simple. You're promising something and you quickly convert. You give them the information. You don't want them to click over and get lost on your website. Here we go. It'll refresh. And there you go. And the rest of this information, I would suggest that you turn on your offline events. You may not use them ever, but it's a good idea to go ahead and have that done. There's another video on this channel that will teach you about what offline events even are. But you certainly want, the most important thing you want is for your Facebook pixel to be highlighted. You want this traffic to be tracked because it's very important for what we just did. You just saw it. We are targeting an audience based off of a previous ad. In the past, or if you have never done this before, what you've done is you've done an ad once and done and hoping for the best. But now you can have that audience that you ran traffic to, as you saw today in that example, the lead campaign, and I'm specifically targeting those people and leveraging the money that I already spent getting that attention and retargeting them with another ad. So that's why you see yourself, whenever marketers are advertising to you, you see somebody's ad, and then the next ad you see, hey, I noticed that you saw my ad. Why didn't you click? Or why didn't you subscribe? This is how you do that. But quick question for you. Which Facebook ads are you running today? And what's been your experience? What successes are you having? Please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm always interested in what's happening in other markets. I'm always interested in what's happening and is successful for you. And if you found value today, please be sure to hit the subscribe button so we can talk again soon.